Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Now today we're going to be having a look at something which I have never ever tried before, and that is a foldable compact sim racing rig. Now I'm very fortunate to have my own sim racing room where I've got two rigs set up, both aluminium profile rigs, both with triple screens. And when Next Level Racing reached out and said, Dave, would you like to try our GT Lite Pro? I thought, do you know what? I actually do. Now not everybody has the space to set up a permanent sim racing cockpit. So I wanted to try the GT Lite Pro in an environment where I thought people would use it, in the living room, connected to the TV. Now what you're seeing now is a promo video from Next Level Racing where you can see some guys having an absolute blast racing around, which looks like rallycross. Some load cell pedals attached to the rig and a big direct drive wheelbase. So I wanted to know if you can have a good sim racing experience on a compact foldable cockpit. But before we get into the video, the necessary disclaimer. Next Level Racing sent me this item for free, so I didn't pay for it, although they don't have any input in relation to what I say. And again, I'll say that this isn't a product review. I'm a sim racer exactly the same as you, and you're going to get the opinions of a sim racer, somebody that's used to driving in an aluminium profile cockpit and then moving over to a compact portable cockpit just to see if the driving experience is as good. So I'll give you some information about the GT Lite Pro. So firstly, Next Level Racing says it's built to be comfortable. So it's built with breathable materials. The foam padded backrest has got multiple seating positions, support for your lumbar, shoulder and thighs, and also built to be compact. Now this is designed to be folded up essentially with your wheelbase and your pedals still attached. So ideal if you don't have a dedicated sim racing room. I actually stored this overnight in the living room and my better half Julie didn't actually kick off. And they say it's built to be strong and can support entry-level wheelbases to 13 Newton meters and built to be adaptive. Now there are handbrake shifter mounts attached. The pedal plate, if you want to call it a pedal plate, that's adjustable, as is the wheel deck. So in this video I'm going to talk about what it was like to build, was it comfortable, and was the sim racing experience any good, and also is it value for money? So firstly, let's talk about the build. Now the build probably took me around 45 minutes from start to finish to getting all my peripherals attached. Now this was kind of hampered at the beginning by my two Labradors that decided that they wanted to come and have a look to see what the dad was doing. Firstly, Cooper came, had a bit of a sniff around, and then obviously his brother Jackson turned up. And when the pair of them are there, having a look at something that they've never seen before, well, it's an absolute nightmare. So I had to wait until those two dogs calmed down, then I could actually start the build. Now, the build itself was actually pretty straightforward. If you've built any kind of outdoor garden furniture before, you'll be familiar with the spring-loaded ball bearings that slot into place when you put the tubular sections together. So the build was actually dead straightforward. I did scratch my head a couple of times. Things weren't lining up as they should, but you've actually got to manipulate the tubing to get it to slot into place. And when I realised that, then it was dead easy, dead straightforward. It is really adjustable. It took me a little while to get the seat in position just right, but when I got it all built and lined up, it was just a case of attaching my peripherals. Now, in this case, I used a decent set of load cell pedals, and I used the Camus C5 direct drive wheelbase. Both of those bolted on really easily. The wheelbase itself has got many different mounting options. So any wheelbase out there, I would guess, would mount, and the pedal deck, whatever you want to call it, that's actually really well designed. And I don't think anybody would have any issues mounting any set of pedals. So as far as building it goes and attaching my peripherals, really simple. So as you know, I'm fortunate enough to have aluminium profile rigs, and that's what I'm used to. I'm used to a completely fixed seat in position. It doesn't move. Now, the Next Level Racing GT Lite Pro felt, when I wasn't sat in it, it felt quite light and flimsy, because it is light. It really is light. But when you actually sit in the rig, everything seems to tighten up and it feels pretty rock solid when you sat in the rig. I didn't notice any play from the pedal deck when I was braking, and obviously I was using load cell pedals, and I was using the Camus C5 direct drive wheelbase. And again, I didn't really notice any real play in the wheel deck. I'm sure there was a little bit, because just of the nature of the way the Next Level Racing GT Lite is. It's tubular, it's not fixed. But I didn't really notice any movement. The seat was really comfortable. There are 3 positions for the backrest. The bottom of the seat is height adjustable. All you need to do is release the cams and adjust the legs, and that raises the bottom of the seat up and down. And obviously the pedal deck is adjustable back and forward, and you can flip the actual pedal deck arms upside down to get an incline on the pedals. But prior to doing this, I jumped in my rig and did a few laps around Zolder in the Toyota GR86. That was where the racing was that week. And I did a few laps, and then I jumped into the Next Level Racing GT Lite Pro with the Camus C5, different load cell pedals, and obviously looking at a big flat screen TV on the wall. And I was only about 3/10 off my best time in my rig. So the GT Lite Pro certainly didn't have a massive impact on my speed. The thing that took me the longest to get used to was looking at a TV on the wall instead of having the monitors here wrapped around. That was the only thing that I found a little bit strange, was looking at a TV which was a little bit further away than I'm used to, actually on the wall a bit higher. But actually driving, it felt completely natural. I didn't feel like I was in a foldable, compact sim rig, which I was actually really surprised at. I thought that it would feel really strange, really uncomfortable. The seating position would be completely different, but I actually got it set up pretty similar to how I have mine with regards to the position of the steering wheel, the position of the pedals. I was actually sat in a very, very similar seating position, and I was able to fold it up at the end of the day and store it in the corner of the room. And like I mentioned earlier on, my other half didn't really bat an eyelid. Normally with stuff like that, she would kick off and say, "Get that out of there, Dave, what are you doing?" But it's stored away nice and compactly in the corner, which is the whole point of a foldable compact sim racing rig. You drag it out, you set it up, you do your racing, then you pack it away. That's the whole point. So I was really impressed with how easy it was to fold up. Right, so let's talk about price and discuss whether it's going to be value for money. So I'll give you some global prices. So Australian dollars, $499. It's going to be $299 US dollars. It's going to be £279, 329 euros, and 50,000 yen. Now those prices will be plus taxes and whatever import duty your country charges, but for that price it includes shipping. Is it value for money? Well, the only thing I can compare it to from my point of view is my first ever sim racing rig, and that was a GT Omega Art cockpit, and I think that cost me £300. And for that you're getting essentially what you get with the Next Level GT Lite Pro. You're getting your seat, your wheel deck, and your pedal deck. But the GT Omega wasn't foldable, and to be honest, it wasn't that much sturdier than the GT Lite Pro. It was a bit, but not much. Is it value for money? I think it probably is, to be honest. You're getting a seat, wheel deck, pedal deck. I used load cell pedals and a direct drive wheelbase on it, and it worked absolutely fine. Absolutely no complaints with the driving experience. If you're short on space, or if you're just getting into sim racing and you want something that you can just drag out, set up, pack away again, I think it's perfect. So would I swap my aluminium profile rig for it? No, of course I wouldn't. Of course I wouldn't. They're completely different. But bear in mind, my aluminium profile rig costs 3 times as much as that, and you don't even get a seat. So it all depends what your intentions are with that sim rig. If you're someone that is short on space, that wants to just pull out the rig, set it up, have an hour or two, pack it away, this would be absolutely perfect. But if you're somebody that wants to start sim racing and have a permanent rig, well, I don't know if this would be for you. It's comfortable. It really is comfortable. I just don't know if it's customizable enough. Knowing what sim racing is like, it's a bit of a money pit, and when you start, you upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. And you can't attach anything really to that rig apart from the handbrake and shifter mount that you get with the rig. Can't really add anything else to it. So let's summarize. So built to be comfortable, that's what Next Level Racing say. Is it comfortable? Yes, it is comfortable. It really is comfortable. And also Next Level Racing says it's built to be compact. Is it? Yes, it is. It's really easy to fold up and pack away. Built to be strong, say Next Level Racing. Can support wheelbases up to 13 Newton meters. Well, I didn't try a wheelbase up to 13 Newton meters. I tried the Camus C5, which has got a peak torque of around 6 or 7 Newton meters. And it was fine. And I was using load cell pedals. Again, absolutely fine. Built to be adaptive. Well, they're talking about their shifter and handbrake mounts when they say built to be adaptive. And it is. You can put your shifter on there or your handbrake. But any more than that, I'm not so sure. I don't think you could attach anything else to it. Would I recommend it though? Yes, I would. If you're somebody who is short on space and doesn't sim race that many hours per week, this would be perfect. You can set it up, do your racing, pack it away, job done. Value for money. I think it is pretty good value for money. There's not that many alternatives to this apart from what I mentioned earlier on, which was my first ever cockpit, the GT Omega Art, and that one isn't compact. You can't fold that away. So it gets a massive thumbs up from me. The sim racing experience was really good. If somebody said to me, Dave, that's going to be how you sim race from now on, would I continue the hobby? 100% without shadow of a doubt. So I want to say a massive thank you to Next Level Racing for giving me access to this product early to test and share with you guys. Links down below in the description. They're not affiliate links, so there's no kickback to me at all. If you like this and if you're in the market for a compact, foldable sim rig, this could well be for you. But as always, thanks for watching. Have a great week. See you later. Cheers.